Recording to the cloud.
Okay, thank you. All right. First off, when I was putting together this presentation, I want to thank specifically Diane Ackley, Ro Pace, Pat Correz, and Margaret Bendick for helping me put this together. I've learned a lot about Jean Hilton that I did not know. I mean, I was, of course, always familiar with her work, with her books, but she was really an influencer and innovator in terms of needlework. She was a self-published artist who self-published the following books: Borderlines, Stimulating Stitches, Glen Eagle, Light and Lacy. This was done on behalf of her son, who died at the age of 26. The Hilton Sampler, and tons of charts. As you can see, Victoria Lindsay was named after one of her granddaughters. All of this that you've seen will be given away for door prizes. We're going to call out the names or let people know who won after this presentation and before Margaret goes on. Okay. So now Jean lived between 1940 and 2009. I could not find a picture of her anywhere, so I'm sorry that I don't even know what she looks like. There were no pictures of her in her books. But through her books, I learned that at the age of 6, she started crocheting. Her mother and grandmother taught her how to do enjoy knitting, tatting, crew embroidery, and macrame. It was 1969 that she began studying needlepoint. It's around that time she also started working and teaching at Garden Grove and Needlepoint Limited in Garden Grove in the 1970s. She did well enough that in 1986, she quit her job as an accountant and legal administrator. I have to share you the story from Ro Pace. And many of you know her as a teacher. They taught together, they collaborated on projects, and Ro was one of her mentees as well. Ro would tell me that she would work 40 hours a week, and then she would go on the weekends to teach, come back on a Sunday, throw all her clothes in the, washer and dryer, get ready, work, and go back out on the weekend. So that was her life for many years. And it was good that she was able to build up her repertoire and her following to quit. So when she did start out, unfortunately, or at that time in the 1970s, needlepoint is different than what we know today. A lot of teachers dismissed her and just called her work the string art. But we can safely say that anything that she does is merely more than just string art. It's just pure art. So let's see how that she channeled that string. So in order to do that, we have to understand how needlepoint was done in the 1970s. At the time, you didn't have any open canvases. You did tent stitch or basket weave. It was all done in wool and was mainly done in stitch in hand. But what Jean did was she saw the open canvas as part of the design. She used different stitches. Her crewel background also helped as well. She used pearl cotton, even though the colors were limited at the time. And she used stretcher bars on a more regular basis. But one of the things that also Jean stood out is that she believed that in making mistakes was not the end of the world. She had a mistake philosophy. She embraced the mistakes and encouraged her students to do the same thing. She often writes in her books, urging students to see where the error will take you. And it may not take you anywhere. You may have to rip it out. And also she encouraged people to think, what if? She admitted that she always had this very analytical mind. She liked to look at things from different perspective, and it drove her friends crazy all the time. Now, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the mistake stitch. Thanks to Diane, who was very close to Jean as a student, the mistake stitch was created by a student in class. The student didn't do it correctly, but what she did, but it was done, it didn't follow the numbers correctly, but she did it so well that Jean just simply loved it and adapted it as the mistake stitch, which looks like something like this. I didn't do it all the way. So something like this. So that's what's how the beginning of Jean's mistake stitch. And then the what if. I talked about the what if before that Jean really believed in. And what if led called double fan double. She found out one day how it was great to put a horizontal unit in one. Wouldn't it be great to do it both at the same time? Now you can take a look at all her to the left. It looks like a lot, but then when you actually do it, it looks beautiful. So the result in the end is well worth it. Now, Jean's design process, what she did was she liked naming stitches after close family members, buildings, and streets. So for instance, the Jessica stitch was named after her granddaughter. She names designs after Scott Lee, her stepson, and Victoria Lindsay, her granddaughter. The Amadeus stitch, Diana was telling me the other day, was named when she was creating the stitch, and she happened to be watching the Oscars that year. The Amadeus, the movie, had won. So she named the stitch after Amadeus. And Walnettle was named after a street. Now, she was always forever doodling, either paper, computer. And when you see her early charts, it featured, you could see her hand numbering in all of this. And then one of the techniques she liked to use was called the mirrors technique. And I'll demonstrate that shortly. So let's take a look at some of the stitches that she's well known for. As you know, as I said before, the Jessica stitch was named after her granddaughter. And this is what it looks like, And then this is what's stitched. Now, this is a simple Jessica. She has in her books elaborated Jessicas where you can put things together. It could be made bigger or smaller. It's a very useful, versatile stitch, especially making circles. Another thing that she was known for was the crescent stitch. Here's one that would look like, and here's what the pattern would look like too. And again, you see in her books, she really elaborates on that and has different angles and different lines. You can make borders around that. So there is no telling what you could do with this type of stitch. This is just a very simplified version. Another one she was known for is the 8-point star. And if you follow the numbering, it would take you to look like this. So you can tell it has beautiful applications and not simply string art. So now I mentioned before about mirror, mirror on the wall. So let me tell you another technique that Jean was known for. I'm going to now share, let's see, share another way. We're going to look at some mirrors now. Hold on a minute. So, oops. Okay. Screen mirroring. There we go. And then camera. Okay. Can everybody see that? Okay. Yes. So what she liked to do was use 4x6 mirrors. And these are, I bought this from Amazon, and I can send a link later on where you can buy them. But these are locker room mirrors the kids put up. It's for juveniles, for the locker. So, but what she encouraged for the 4x6 was that to take a design, especially in her books, was to take a look and see how that design may go as a mirror effect. It was an easy way to see if you're going the right way or not, and see how much room you have. She encouraged people to perhaps look at different angles, just play around with it, see how it go this way. The one technique she really loved was doing a 90-degree mirror. So, and she encourages you, even in her books, to tape it together. See, I have it taped together, and you can put it here. As you can see, you can also put it closely, or you can do it at an angle. So that's what Jean loved to do. She just loved to play and see where things will take you. For her, there's no right or wrong answer. So that's an example of her mirror technique. Okay, so new share. So, okay, so I'm gonna go back now. All right. And here's another example. Thanks to Sharon. Look at her.
We're still seeing your mirror.
Oh, sorry. Stop share. Let's see. Sorry. Thank you for letting me know. Okay. I'm gonna have to get out of here. What did I do? Okay. Oh dear. Okay. Do you still see my?
Still see your mirror. Now you're out.
Now I'm out. Do you see my?
No. Nope.
You don't see anything. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. That's all I was practicing today. Okay. Okay. So there we go. All right. So let me go back. Do you see me now?
Nope.
Do you see this?
All I see is all the pictures.
How's this?
Nope, not yet.
I see gallery view of everybody.
Yes, okay. That's all I'm seeing too.
Okay, so let me go back.
Share your screen again.
Yeah, okay. So let me go. Hold on a minute. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go. All right, so let me share my screen again. Microsoft PowerPoint. There we go. How's this?
Oh, we're seeing something. I'm not sure what it is.
Is this it?
Yep.
There.
Yes. There you go. Thank you. Sorry about that.
Pretty.
I practiced several times, but this is an example and Design and Stitch by Sharon Meng off her friendship design. Isn't that wonderful what she did? The use of colors, the use of lines, you know, and look how the empty canvas really takes in an effect of the design. So I just had to show that. It was just gorgeous.
I can't take credit for that, Shirley. That was someone else's on my canvas.
Oh, that was someone else's.
Yeah, oh. I'm not sure who stitched that one.
Okay.
Not me. Mine was the first one.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who did that, guys? I'll rename it. Whoever did that is one of the...
Whoever did it did a great job.
Okay, that was not me. Okay. Okay, so to move on, I'll correct it later. Venetian Delights. This is a story I could not resist telling. Ro Pace had collaborated with Jean on this particular piece. Ro was inspired by, at that time, the new hotel, the Venetian Hotel in Las Vegas. And this was in the elevator. She walked in an elevator and looked up and was inspired by that. So she and Jean collaborated for several months over this. And she tells me that they often refer to their collaborations by their initials. Well, until one day Ro realized what the initials for this was, and maybe they should stop referring to it as VD. So I couldn't resist that. Okay. All right. Okay, so not only did Jean influence countless students and teachers such as Ro Pace, Jim Worth, and also Margaret. I know other people out there have been influenced, other teachers as well. Her legacy is not forgotten. Stitches from the Heart, Susan Head, has purchased her designs, and we're going to go briefly to her website. Now, Susan's a full-time CPA, and the reason I mentioned that, she's in the middle of tax season, but she actually is looking for volunteers to stitch up Jean's models for Jean's charts. So if you're interested, let me know. I'll give you her contact info, but she won't be ready until June anyway, you know, until after tax season is done. But in any case, Susan has purchased the entire repertoire of charts and designs from Jean, and she started on Facebook the Jean Hilton designs, and she would love to see in that Facebook page your renditions and your interpretation of her stitches as well. Okay, we'll go back here. Oops, hold on, I gotta go back here. Darn. All right. And now, what that noise is telling us, we have door prizes. Okay. All right. So, Chris, do you have your list?
I'm just putting it in the chat now, so give me a few minutes.
Okay. So, like I said, if you're, I will contact, please contact me. And if you don't contact me, I'm going to just mail out a Jean Hilton book or chart out to you give me a few days because I got 19 of them to send out. And so it's a one-man band here. So yeah, just give me a few days to send out. And since it's not Christmas time, hopefully you'll get yours as quickly as possible. So this is the end of my program. And what's coming up is Margaret. So what's her name? Can you stop right now?
Stop recording?
The recording, yes.
Are you going to want me to continue it again?